Shalom, and so first and foremost, I do give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakadash. The bonus to the apostles, Nails Great Millstone, forward teaching says truth, peace, and blessings to the whole public of Israel. Yahweh is the name of the Henfront and Shibbu Ba'Shem is the name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the God's Son. Back in the lesson, as you see within the title, if only you were warned, which is going to be the point, throughout this lesson, which you were warned, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has set up prophets or watchmen among you to warn you of these coming times. So you were warned. You were told of these things to come, as you can see throughout a couple of these videos I'm about to get. Now there's talks of lockdowns coming back. In the name of so-called, conserving energy, fuel, and all sorts of stuff. As you see with this, Iran, Israel, U.S. situation continuing to pop off, which is only causing more problems, which you are beginning to see. And we've been saying this through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Especially dealing with these lockdowns, man. Which I'm sure you can go onto any of the brothers GMS, channels, and search up lockdown. Hundreds of videos will pop up. I personally made at least 100 plus. If that, going to these lockdowns and how they're coming back, that they're not going anywhere. But what do people do? They called us crazy. They mocked. They scoffed. Well, what do you know? Global lockdown coming in April 2026. Which actually,
a new global lockdown is coming, and it's getting serious. This time it's all about energy. Countries are rationing gas. Some are putting limits on how much fuel you can buy. Others are even grounding flights. Slovenia has already become the first country in Europe to implement fuel rationing. South Korea is doing the same thing. They're putting QR codes at the gas pump that limits how much gas each citizen can buy. The Philippines is trying to ground all flights because they don't have any fuel. American Airlines has cut flights by 5%. Governments around the world are trying to push work at home.
And 8 seconds, 15:17, a man shall desire to go into a city shall not be able. Lockdowns, martial law, especially once you see these, blackouts take place, you're going to see chaos erupt. And you're going to have people seeking for solutions, and this stuff's going to swoop down, with that so-called solution, to establish that control.
Mandates to save fuel. Even the International Energy Agency is trying to restrict non-essential travel. Now, does this sound familiar? In 2020, we were told that lockdowns would only last a few weeks. It lasted years. Now, instead of a health crisis, we could be entering a period of peak energy, and that could be just as dangerous as a virus. The new world will be dominated by the power triad: compute, data, and energy. Energy is the foundation of everything. If oil prices don't start coming down, if geopolitical tensions continue, it will keep impacting supply chains, financial markets, global stability. This is bigger than the COVID lockdown. This is a system shift. Follow me if you want to
Right, there you go. And it's something we've been saying through the spirit. What took place back in 2020 was nothing but an example as to what's getting ready to unfold and take place. That was nothing but a trial.
Remember when Klaus Schwab said this?
Would bring to a complete halt to see power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison.
Now, because of the war in Iran.
Hey, there you go. Hey, once again, if only you were warned. Hey, the prophet's been telling you these things, man. But you're going to have Jake acting in complete shock as to what's getting ready to unfold and what's getting ready to take place. Hey, we've been warning you through the sprint for Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. This was coming. These lockdowns were coming back. But you see, it looks like it's coming back within this form, as in, so-called energy preservation, fuel
The International
preservation,
Energy
lockdown,
Agency
keep
has
energy,
released Sheltering from Oil Shocks. It's a 10-point plan to guide you how to deal with reduced energy, and it looks a lot like a COVID lockdown. Work from home, use public transit. If you are going to drive, make sure that you have a reduced speed on the highway. Don't use gas when cooking, and avoid air travel at all costs. And currently, as we speak, Cuba is in complete darkness, except for their 5-star hotel, because they aren't getting any oil. And you have to wonder if this is a precursor for other parts of the world. Many people believe that these are signs that we are about to enter an energy lockdown, a COVID lockdown 2.0. As all
We've been saying this, and y'all soon come to know the prophets have been among you. And yeah, this person right here is seeing so much of this is just more fear mongering. So you have people that are trying to cope and want to believe that this is just to get people scared and afraid. Things are getting ready to unfold. Maybe that's all we need. Let's continue scriptures. Ezekiel 3:17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Who are the watchmen? The prophets, the men of the Lord. And it says, therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. So the Lord said to the prophets, watchmen among you, to warn you of these coming times, to sound that alarm, to blow that trumpet, as we're going to further read. Isaiah 2:6-7, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. So you have constant edification, constant warnings being sent out day in and day out. Your brothers across the four corners of the earth posting lessons, and you also go into that different time zones. So your brothers, teaching at night, day, midday, morning, whatever the case may be. But I said, watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold the peace day nor night. Ye that may mention the Lord, keep not silence, and give him the rest to establish, to make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So that may point them with those watchmen. And what are watchmen known to do? They're to sit upon those high towers, overlooking, see if any danger is near. And when danger is close, what do? They blow that trumpet, they sound that alarm, they give the warning. And that's what we've been doing through Spirit, especially dealing with this lockdown situation. And we've been saying this was coming back, And well, what do you know? The prophets are right once again. Isaiah 39-13. Person reading to verse 11, which is that's the main part I wanted to get. Now it says that this is the rebellious people, lying children that not hear the law of the Lord, but say to the seers, and see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not to his right things, speak unto his smooth things, prophesy deceits. And really, Jake, doesn't want to be told anything about this truth. They don't want to be told lies, deceits. And I said they're always rebelling against the Most High, always refusing to listen to the Lord's teachings. They tell the prophets to keep quiet. They tell us, they say, don't talk to us about what's right. Tell us what we want to hear. Let's keep our illusions. And that's what Jake wants to be, in a false reality, in their illusions that everything's okay. Well, the Lord's going to tear this place up. And especially using this double Esau Edom ass sword in Psalm 17. But Ezekiel 33:33, and it says, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come, and then shall know that a prophet hath been among them. So you know that a prophet has been among you, warning you, sound that alarm, blowing that trumpet, so that when these things do happen, you can't say you weren't warned. And just going back to the title, say, well, can't really find a fitting word for it, but just want to make that point. If only you were warned, if only you were told, which you were. And I was trying to figure out the exact, word for it. Because not really, a joke or, you have idioms and all this type of stuff. Certain word I was looking for, but just once again pushing that point across. If only you were warned, if only you were told these things. If you were only warned of these things to come. which Yahweh Bashim Shai has set up prophets, watchmen among you to warn you of these coming times. So what's in that when these things do happen, you can't say you weren't told, you weren't warned. Nah, I didn't know. This is why you can script how we're as in the days of Noah. Yeah, people mock and scoff and disregard the warnings, not taking heed, giving the shrug as a shoulder, and going on about their day, so-called living up, while the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. Ezekiel 2:5, and it says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. There you go. You have been warned, you have been told. So I'll read that part one more time. Actually, I'll read on verse 6. And I said, now, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, thou briars and thorns be with thee. And thou doest dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. So everyone be teaching this whether you listen or not. And this is only for the elect anyway. Well, 2 Ezra 15 and 14 through 17, that says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, when people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hand, which is modern sword, these weapons, these guns. Verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another shall never regard their kings, nor princes in their course, that actually stand in their power. So as you're going to see riots, rebellion, chaos, especially from situations like this. Now verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into his city and shall not be able. As you see, they're making to where people are pushing for people to travel less. Don't leave your house if you need to. You see what they're doing dealing with the airport situation. You have ICE agents are now pretty much taking over that, catching Jake that's trying to travel and get out or whatever. But especially going to when this devil especially declares martial law. Because even had at one point Trump was asked why hasn't he declared it or whatever the case was. He pretty much said he didn't have enough justification to do so pretty much. So you most definitely have this devil have a hand in the situation in order to stir things up in order to then be so-called justified in doing so. But these are the type of times that we are in, and that we have been warning of due to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Habakkuk 2 and 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, where the vision speaks those signs, those prophecies, and we're in these appointed times as written and spoken of within the scriptures. Then it says, but at the end shall speak not lie, that we tarry, wait for it, but surely come, it will not tarry. Meaning when it's like these things will happen and will come to pass, and which we are in these prophetic end times, and it's crystal clear of that. But that's pretty much the point right there. Going back to the original title I had was really a play on what people are saying. I wasn't born, I wasn't told. Well, you were. And the Lord made sure to set up prophets among you to do so. So you can't say that. But that's the point.